Hey everyone, Thornton here, and as most of you know, the Finals and Helldivers 2 have absolutely exploded in popularity in 2024. But originally, everyone thought there was going to be a different game that was going to take the world by storm and be the next big shooter, and that was XDefiant. However, due to some mismanagement, it looks like it may have missed its window. So we're going to go over what exactly happened to XDefiant. Is it still releasing? Will you get your hands on it? And does it still even have a chance? Without further ado, let's talk about it. The case of XDefiant, Ubisoft's free-to-play first-person shooter game coming out to challenge Call of Duty, presents a pretty complex narrative because there has been a ton of stuff such as anticipation, frustration, and skepticism on whether this game is ever actually going to release. And it's sad to see because initially it was hailed as a promising addition to the gaming world. You see, the game really hit its genesis in September of 2023 when it was met with enthusiasm from the gaming community in the beta playtest. Its gameplay mechanics were praised, the developer's transparency was appreciated, which is so rare to see from not only Ubisoft but just the FPS games in general nowadays. And there was a ton of excitement among fans. I remember seeing all the hype and all the videos saying this was going to be the next Call of Duty killer. However, as time passed, the situation went a completely different route. One of the primary issues plaguing XDefiant is the persistent delays. Despite Ubisoft's initial projections and promises, the game has repeatedly missed internal targets according to information and release dates. The inconsistency has raised questions about the development process, management decision, and the game's overall direction. It is never a good thing when you see this many delays. It usually means that there is some internal strife going on, or that there is something initially wrong with the game and it's not ready for release, or they're just going to stuff a ton of microtransactions into it. I did say it was going to be a free-to-play game, didn't I? But a key factor that we now know of contributing to the game's delay is Ubisoft's apparent pursuit of trying to emulate Call of Duty. It wants to mimic established formulas rather than innovate and carve out its own identity, and that has led to creative frustrations and technical challenges for the development team. And the constant cycle of adding pointless stuff, microtransactions, in an attempt to replicate other games has resulted in a broken build that requires extensive time and effort to fix, further delaying the game's release. And amidst all of these struggles, other games like the Finals and Helldivers 2 have risen to prominence, capturing the attention of almost the entire gaming world. These games have not only delivered on their promises, but they also do weekly updates almost, engaging gameplay and community interaction. They made their own niche and they carved it out with unique gameplay mechanics, something that XDefiant had going for it, but now is trying to emulate other successful titles, and well, that's most likely going to crash and burn. In addition to that, one of the things that Ubisoft was praised for and that Helldivers 2 and Finals have done was communication, but now there is a complete lack of it on XDefiant's side. Players are wandering in the dark, wondering about the game's progress, updates, and potential release dates, with a new Twitter leak coming out every single week and nothing ever being substantiated. It kind of makes you wonder, is this game actually ever going to see the light of day, or are we just going to get another Ubisoft Skull and Bones? It could totally happen. The gaming landscape is incredibly competitive. Just look at the Finals when it launched and set Steam top 10 records, and then has fallen down a little bit as Helldivers 2 has come into prominence. And during this entire time, XDefiant hasn't really done anything. Additionally, Ubisoft has a track record with delayed projects, and the absence of meaningful updates for XDefiant really contribute to doubts about the game's prospect. The lack of urgency or visible progress suggests a risk of the game being shelved, which Ubisoft, once again, this is what they are known for. Well, it could very well become a real possibility, which would be a shame because initially this game had so much promise. With all of these challenges, the question of is if XDefiant does actually arrive, well, will it be dead on arrival? Due to the prolonged development, the industry's fast-paced nature, and evolving player preferences, we've got to have some concerns about its relevance upon release. Once again, this Skull and Bones issue. Not to mention, it's competing in the crowded free-to-play shooter genre, and you'll have those titles like Call of Duty who you're trying to emulate, but now you have the Finals, Apex Legends, and so many more to go against. It'll be interesting to see how it releases. Let me know down below, are you guys going to play XDefiant when it does eventually release, or have you moved on to other games and you just don't really care about the hype anymore? Also, if you're looking for information on other games like, I don't know, Helldivers 2, the Finals, Overwatch 2, Palworld, I cover all of it on my channel here. You guys can check it out. And until next time, thank you for stopping by. I'll see you in the next video.